Previously on our special listener one-shot, Mortimer, Scarlet, Mossy and Leo arrived at the ruins of Movis, where Dane Ashglade tasked them with heading into Saidro Goodson's Sanctum to find whatever treasures he may be hiding. They managed to find a magic key after rescuing a petrified young man. They discovered that Mortimer was a lot more prepared for adventure than the rest of them, and they happened upon a group of marauding goblins who were no match for Scarlet's magic. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy part 2 of Saidro Goodson's Sanctum.
Adventure waits on every roll, fighting for our mortal souls through mountains high and dungeons deep, through dragon stream of Scorched.
So you walk down the corridor and you turn left down into it. You come into a room which is a display room. So in this display room there are 8 tables. 6 of them actually have things on them. You walk in and you see that there are racks. Each table has a weapon on it. And at the very end where the door to leave would be, there is a statue of a knight with an outstretched hand. And a plaque above it that says, "Bring to me the greatest weapon, the king's covet, put warriors to ruin, and ends all battles."
Okay, so what weapons can we see on the tables?
Okay, so and you don't need to roll for this one. I'll experiment. So there are the six tables that have things on them. There is a weapon on each one with a little nameplate on it. The first one that you look at is called Black Talon. Is a scorched spear with a raven etched into the blade. The next one is called King's Bane. 2 daggers, each with a half of a broken crown etched on the blade. The next one is Thorn, a great sword with thorned barbs etched into the blade. They all have something etched into the blade. Grieve, which is a long sword with a wilted rose. Storm Edge, which is a huge 2-handed battle axe, too big to be carried by a normal-sized creature. The blade is burnt black with lightning bolts on it. And the last one is called Peacemaker. It's a rusted silver sword with olive branches etched into it.
Sorry, is this thing in the middle a chandelier or?
Yeah, it's a chandelier. It's just light source, yeah.
Cool. Mortimer reads the inscription above the knight again.
Yes, the inscription says, "Bring to me the greatest weapon. The king's covet puts warriors to ruin and ends all battles."
Well, that would be probably peace. It puts an end to all battles.
Mortimer shrugs.
Agree with that.
I found kings tend to covet money more than anything else.
Yeah, but it's the bane of the king, not what they want. There's not a pen around anywhere, is there? Because I've heard they're mightier than swords.
No, there isn't a pen in the room.
Is there anything on the empty tables?
There is the shadow of something that might have been there, each of them kind of showing that there would have been a sword there, but there's no nameplate on, as if what has been there has been removed recently.
Or
Does that mean they've been taken, or does that mean that they've used them to get past the night?
Roll an Arcana check.
Me?
Yeah, Scarlet, roll an Arcana check.
With which?
See if you can work that one out.
Which dice?
20.
20. I rolled a 20.
And +2 you get.
You rolled a 20.
Let's have a look.
So you walk over to each of the empty tables and you kind of put your hand on. You just kind of thinking there did exist weapons here at some point. Someone has tried to come through here and put the wrong weapon on the statue.
Ooh.
They did choose poorly, yes. Do we see any mess on the ground around the statue?
Roll investigation for me, Mossy.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, did you know there's a ceiling in this room?
Did you get a
I got a
1?
9.
You got a 9. You're in a room. You're definitely in a room. It's a little bit dusty. Some cobwebs in the corner. The cleaner hasn't been through here for a while, but you don't notice anything special about the room.
We are not outside.
Yes, definitely inside.
Mortimer taps him on the shoulder. Well done, lad. Well done.
I prefer being out in the water. It's much nicer out there on a ship.
That makes sense.
Okay, so we clearly have a puzzle here. We need to pick one of these things that's going to fulfill all of the criteria there. But which one does that? I tend to agree with what was said about peace being the thing that's going to fulfill lots of those. But then at the same time, Mortimer, you're exactly correct in that money tends to be what's coveted by...
Did anyone write anything down? Because I didn't. I wrote down about 3 things and I got bored. So I just...
I'll tell you what, hang on. I'll put what the notes are in the Zoom chat so you can see.
So we got the Black Talon and Kingsbane, Thorn, Longsword, Storm's Edge, and Peacemaker.
Can you put the riddle into the chat as well?
Yes.
Just sorry.
Lady Scarlet's forgotten her glasses. Greatest weapon.
Bring to me the greatest weapon that kings covet, puts warriors to ruin, and ends all battles.
Okay, so yeah, peace does end battles. Covers that.
Kind of ruins warriors as well.
Oh yeah, because they ain't fighting anymore. If there's peace, you don't need them.
You ever met a soldier with nothing to do? Tend to just go to drink.
That does happen.
Okay, well, should we try it?
Well,
I have reservations, I have to be honest.
What do you suggest then, my lady?
Well, I have no fucking idea. The only thing that I can think of is so people fight for a reason, and then you've got 2 daggers each with half a broken crown etched on the blade. So does that mean that nobody's won? Like as in the Kingsbane, does that mean nobody's won either battle?
Or
both sides have lost?
The king has been baned?
As in both sides have not won anything?
The king has been baned.
Is that what
You grew into the crown. I was born into it.
I was counting in my head until someone did a bad impression of Thomas Hardy.
Yeah.
I got to 3.
Okay, I'm going to walk over, I'm going to pick up Peacemaker, and I'm going to carry it towards the statue and see if anyone else stops me.
I ain't going to stop you.
Mortimer's going to move against the wall and find something that he can sort of duck behind quickly.
I recognise that and give Mortimer a nod. He probably did the smarter thing.
Well,
okay. So you approach the statue holding Peacemaker, and what do you do with it?
I believe the statue was holding a hand out. I'm going to place the blade into its hand.
So as you put the blade into its hand, the hand grips it tightly and turns 90 degrees so that it's holding the sword upright. And then the head bows and it fades away.
did you die?
Roll a perception check.
Oh dear. I'm a bit better at that. He says 10.
10. You can perceive he's still alive. You're not sure how much of a life that is, but he's definitely still
I can
alive.
see you waving and grinning.
Oh, you're not turned
And
to stone.
the moss is tingling.
My moss sense is tingling, yes.
Yes, the statue of the knight fades away, and the other weapons in the room fade away as well.
Good work, everybody. Right, what's behind the statue, please?
So behind the statue is a path that leads to a small office.
Ooh.
Or I would say an office, more of a workroom. There are 4 desks in the room. I'll leave you out there so you can actually see what's there.
It looks like a...
There are 4 desks in the room, and it is a mess in here. Absolute detritus everywhere. Loads of crap up ceiling to floor. It's just full of rubbish, as if someone is just using this place as a dumping ground for all of their either projects or half-finished things, or just stuff that is not worked or finished on.
Mortimer turns to Mossy and goes, sorry, did you say you could sense magic in things?
Yeah, give us a moment. Let me see, I've got some more. Here it is.
I was just thinking, did you check those weapons behind us? I mean, they looked sort of ornate. I was wondering whether or not they might be worth something.
Well, I would, but they've just disappeared.
Have they?
I think they did.
Did they? Did they?
They did.
Never mind that
Shit,
then.
you're
I
perceptive.
was hiding behind the table at the time.
See, I may have only realised we were inside, but I saw the weapons disappear.
Hard to see from underneath the table. Anyway, yes, we should carry on.
Well, while I've got this out, I'll rub it into my eyes a bit, and I'll ritually cast Detect Magic.
So as you kind of rub the moss into your eyes and cast Detect Magic, remind me, because Detect Magic's not. How does Detect Magic appear to Mossy when he sees magic? Like, how is it? Does he get a glowing light? Does he kind of just get like a beep, 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 beep kind of thing that he just kind of like radars towards?
I don't think I get like a sonar ping. I think, he looks around and things seem to sort of look a bit more colourful, like in the natural sunlight and glorious beauty of nature. Right. And
excellent. So yes, as he rubs it into his eyes, he looks over at the desk in the southeast corner of the room, and it is blindingly bright.
Ooh, I think there's going to be something interesting in their chest of desky drawers.
Okay, well, the standard protocol seems to be for me to have a look and see if there's any kind of traps going on with it.
Yeah, I think that would probably be best.
I agree.
So if you want to roll an investigation on it, Leo.
22.
22. Yes, it is indeed trapped.
Okay.
There is you can tell even without doing an Arcana check that there is a small magic trap on this. There is a glyph on the side of the desk.
Magic's outside of my remit, I'm afraid.
I know. Maybe it's shoe remit. Could we throw a shoe at it?
I was going to say, I was going to throw a shoe at it. That's something that I can do.
Yes. Would you like to roll an attack roll then, Scarlet? While everyone is kind of stood pressed up against the back of the wall.
It's a 6, but then do I do anything with the 6?
No. You throw it and it misses the glyph, but it knocks the desk enough that there is just this kind of like electrical firestorm in like a 5-foot radius.
Oh, don't get me that.
Dissipates.
How was the shoe?
The shoe survived. A little bit scorched on the edges, but it survived.
Right.
I'm not happy about the fact that it's been scorched, but I'm happy that it's still there. It's fine.
Are you aware
I'll
of
put my shoe back on.
Do you know much about this sort of magic, milady?
Well, my believing is that I'm quite a magical person, seeing as I'm a sorcerer. But I don't know what I'm doing with it, so I'd be happy to the suggestion.
I'm just wondering if it's a one bang or it's going to burn off again.
Do you want to roll another investigation, Mossy, and see what you can see now? That the trap has been sprung.
So do I get advantage or not?
Well, see, because you're using Detect Magic, you can have advantage with this one.
By the way, I love your pussy, Mortimer.
For the listeners' benefit, Smashius' cat has just come into the frame.
I wasn't going to explain that. I was just going to let that sit. She says thank you.
I got a 16.
16. You kind of, from a distance as far as you can, you peer down the side of the desk. You can see the glyph has just turned into a scorch mark. It's gone. The magic's gone. But the desk is still radiating magic.
Well, it looks like there's still something interesting in there. Do you want to have a look to see if there's any physical traps as well?
Sure, I'll have a look. I'll go over and investigate and see if I can notice anything that might well take a finger off if we try and open the drawers.
Okay.
That's a 14.
14, you look at it, you kick the desk, nothing happens. You kind of pull at one of the drawers, like closing your eyes just in case, and nothing surprises you. So you can open the drawers quite nicely.
Okay, well, what's in the drawer, please?
And as you look inside, you see 3 silver cylinders.
Now, could this be the parts of the rod that we were looking for?
Yes, there was 3 parts.
If you roll an Arcana check, Leo.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Yes, these are definitely 3 parts of the rod of 7 parts.
Okay.
Well, remember, we've got to keep them apart. So if we each take one.
I'm going to give 1 to Mortimer and 1 to Mossy. And I'm going to slide 1 into my backpack.
Hang on, why not me?
Because you're going to throw it.
Why are you not giving 1 to me? Yeah, I will probably throw it something. You're right.
And you've got the key, so
The key's in my handbag, darling. I have 2 hands free.
Okay. So that was what was kind of generating the magical energy that Mossy was detecting there.
Okay.
Do you want to do any more investigations on the room? Like I say, it is full of crap, but it might have something useful.
Well, let's have a look around, see if there's anything worth.
Check the other drawers.
I'd like to have a look, see if there's anything interesting.
In fact, Scarlet, roll me an investigation check.
Oh dear, it's a 2. Plus, 2. Hang on, plus 2, 4.
4. No, you don't find anything. Mortimer?
I roll a 17.
17. As you've kind of just double checked back there, you weren't sure about those weapons 100%. You're convinced that they were still there, but then you go through and confirm that they have kind of disappeared. But as you kind of step back, you hear a scratch underfoot, and you turn your foot over, and there is a ring that looks very cold underneath you. And it appears the statue dropped this ring. If you pick it up, it's cold to the touch.
Mortimer picks it up, carries it back into the room, sort of goes over to Mossy and goes, Mossy, you seem to be the sort of fellow with the best understanding of magical things. Does this seem like anything to you?
Is it glowing?
No, it feels
it is glowing with you.
Sort of cold to the touch.
It's glowing with your detect magic, and it is cold to the touch. Do you want to roll me a history check, Mossy?
All right. Let's see. Not advantage this time. I think it's a cold ring with a roll of 10.
No, with a roll of 10, you do actually recognize it. Can't be 100% sure, but you think this might actually be the Ring of Winter.
Oh, that might be the Ring of Winter.
Is that the one we were looking for?
That is one you were looking for.
3 of the 4 things collected now successfully.
Is it pretty?
Mortimer carefully pockets it before Scarlet can get too close to it.
So you found 3 of the 4 things that you're looking for.
Is there anything else in any of the desk drawers?
So did you roll investigation before, Mossy?
I did not.
You're all for you can all roll investigations at this point if you want to, or choose not to.
I've
it's up to
rolled
you.
22 investigation.
I think I've already done it, haven't I?
22. So Leo, you find the deeds to a chateau in Morin.
Lovely.
That are unsigned.
That'll do nicely.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. Mossy, you find some rat crap.
And I think I found some lovely black mold.
Yes.
Did anybody notice me finding the deeds?
No.
No, because everyone else was busy investigating.
Okay, I'm going to slide that into my back pocket and keep that one to myself.
Right. Did you roll one, Scarlet?
I rolled a 5 plus a 2, so I've rolled a 7, but I'm only interested in any more gossip about who's been shagging who, and anything that can tell me a bit more about the people around me in the kingdom, anything that I can use in the future.
So with a roll of 7, the papers that you're kind of looking through are the dullest, driest stuff. It's land registry stuff. It's council districting. It's sewerage. It's just really mechanical.
Unless
stuff.
it's sparkling or it's gossip, I ain't interested. So I'm just chucking it.
No, unfortunately, you're bored of the writings that are in this room.
And Mortimer rolled a natural 20 for a total of 24.
Oh, so Mortimer finds a bag of gold with 13 gold pieces in it.
Do I notice?
Roll perception. Tell me if you notice.
Hang on, I've rolled a 5 plus a 3, so I rolled
notice.
an 8.
No, you don't notice that. And Mortimer also finds just a rather nice gilded notebook with a hardcover and a clasp with a lock on it, and it hasn't been used yet. It's clearly whoever owns this place was intending on using this, but it is brand new. It's in perfect condition, and it grabs his attention.
He sort of waves the bag of money and the notebook in front of everybody. Looks like about 13 gold, and this looks like it might be worth a few pennies. Anyway, everything I could find. Anyone else come up with anything good?
They've got a bit of a damp problem because they've got black mold growing in here. That's not going to do any good for the paperwork.
Oh, that won't do my knee any good. Oh dear, my sciatica's playing up something fierce.
Do you know, I might have something I can rub on that for you if you want.
No, I think not.
Are you
Shall we
sure?
move on?
I'm going.
It makes...
I'm going to put my my cigarette out on your gilded notebook because I'm really upset that you kept the gold from me.
Mortimer shrugs. It isn't his.
Shall we press on?
Yes, I think you should press on. So, as you move out of this room, you come to one more corridor, and this one's a bit wider. Unlike the other corridors, you're able to walk like to a side on this one. Leo, do you want to roll? Do you want to do another trap
yes,
check for me?
please. That's
Mortimer
investigation,
will
isn't it?
assist him in doing
Yes.
that.
Thank you. Oh, nat 20. 24.
Nat 20. You see another tripwire. This one is linked to a rather rudimentary trap involving the middle chandelier.
Okay, well,
So there are 3 chandeliers along it. They're all quite small, but they do have some sharp edges on the
I'm
bottom.
going to point this out to everybody and suggest we leave it in place, because if we need to run back down this way, that might be a handy thing to set off for whatever's chasing us.
So I shouldn't throw my shoe at it.
That's correct, yes.
No.
Okay, I'll keep my shoes
There
on
we
for this
go.
one.
Let's
We
just
can-
remember that.
We can leave it in place, or I can attempt to disarm it if we'd rather, but just be careful of it.
Okay, well, I was thinking about leaving it in place, because if we come up against something we need to run back this way, that's going to be a perfect trap for whatever's going to be chasing us.
Seems
That's-
sensible.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll just nod.
Okay. So, right. What do we do with traps? Do I make you do dexterity or acrobatics rolls to get past it, or do we just say you've spotted it and you walk over
It
it?
depends on how high it is, how mean you are.
I'm being nice to you. So we'll say that you're all very aware of the traps here, and because you're moving slowly, you all just kind of step over
Oh,
it.
thank you.
And you reach the end of the corridor, where you find a large locked door. And this one's different to any other doors that you've seen in this place, because unlike the others, which are just kind of plain wooden doors, this one is, again, it's gilded, it's ornate. Scarlet, as you walk towards it, you can feel your purse vibrating ever so slightly.
Oh, I put the key in my purse.
Sure it's the key?
Yeah, good. Well, Lady Scarlet never tells. Keep your dirty nose out. It's my business, not yours. So it is the key, I would imagine. Nothing else. So
Does Mossy see anything else in her handbag?
Best not to look, sir.
No?
a kind sir never looks in a lady's handbag, Mossy. You should know that.
It might be a distressed small animal.
Well, that's one word for it.
Do you know, I've seen some women with rats or even rabbits in their handbags.
It always happens when you play D&D. This always happens.
Yep.
Look, we don't want it appearing above our heads and trying to attack us.
No. That one is safely locked away. So, no, it's not that one. It could be the key. Let's get back to it. It could be the key.
Well,
Okay.
do we see any doors?
Yes, there is a door right in front of you.
That's the one with the lock on it.
That low perception roll is just really following you around there, isn't it?
Oh, there's the door. All right.
So, if you take out the key, Scarlet, and you hold it towards the door, you hear a click, a clunk, 2 more clicks, and then the door just kind of like eases up, and there's kind of this waft of air that comes towards you. And Mossy, you enjoy the staleness of it. It's a bit damp. It's a bit. It's a bit. You know there might be a bit of mold in there, but it's a good mold.
That smells nice. That does. That would start a good sourdough. That would.
And as the door opens and you all kind of approach into it, you see an absolutely massive, what you would expect to be a kind of a ballroom, with 2 curtains running alongside it. You've got 3 absolutely enormous chandeliers casting a vast amount of light, And at the end of the room, you see an altar and desks and a lot of papers and work and papers and kind of work items. And I'm just realizing I forgot to put an asset down for this one. But at the end, you see by the altar, you see a man kind of working over it, and there's this kind of magical glow coming around him.
A real man or a statue man?
No, a real man, a human.
Ooh, is he fit?
Roll perception for me.
Fitness check.
14 plus 3. I got a 17.
17. This is a handsome man. This is a man that you recognize. This is a man that you've seen in paintings before, but it can't possibly actually be him because you were told he was dead.
Is it one of my husbands?
So
that I killed, but I'm keeping that to myself.
So, does anyone else want to roll an investigation check to see if you remember who this person is?
Sure.
yeah,
Oh, natural 20. 24.
Well, you saw a painting of him as you walked in. This looks remarkably like Saidro Goodson,
dirty 20.
the regent of this town. But didn't Dane Ashglade say to you that he'd been killed in the attack?
Mortimer holds up his hand for silence. He looks at Mossy, and as he sort of makes a weird motion with his hands, Mossy, you hear in your head a sort of vague whisper. He's supposed to be dead. Is that a person? Is that magical? Can you tell?
Well, what's the range of detect magic? 30 feet, so I can't see if he's magical at the moment. But I will respond to that message with, we're meant to find a phylactery.
Lady Scarlet asks what a phylactery is, because she has no idea.
He was whispering in my head, and I responded in his head.
Oh.
That's all right.
Yep. He was casting a sort of minor little communication spell. He sort of turned to the group and sort of gestured them back towards the doorway. Mossy brings up a good point. Oh, sorry, you weren't listening. Mossy brings up a good point. It's possible this is a sorcerer or a lich or some sort of spellcaster. If we're after a phylactery, there's chances this is someone we don't much want to mess with.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any thoughts on how we can deal with this? I'm not sure we want his attention.
Well, I could possibly try and charm him, but I don't know if he's someone as powerful enough to cheat death. I'm not sure I'm quite strong enough to bend his mind.
Do you think we should try and get their attention first of all?
Does I throw a shoe at him?
What is it with you
Will my
and
shoe
the
reach?
shoes?
How far is it?
Why is everything a shoe?
5.
Who
Okay,
throws their
who's still
shoe?
got all their health and hasn't been hit yet? Me. That's who.
Well, if you're looking for a
shoe
more practical solution, he's
for
within
me.
distance of an arrow.
I could always turn into a wolf and go and bite him.
Well, should we stick with the long range first of all? Shall I shoot an arrow next to him just to see if he's going to turn and notice us?
If we decide to fight him, I'd suggest you keep a little bit of distance, as I'm.
Do
got
we
a
need
trick
to
I can
fight
do.
him?
Well, it depends. I don't suppose if he's a lich, he's going to want to give up his own soul.
What was the goal? What were we sent in to do?
The golden phylactery is a magical jar that if he dies, his spirit goes back into there and it rests up, and then pop, he comes out again.
So as you're having this discovery, like the magical energy in front of this character is like it like builds and builds and builds, and then just a puff of smoke comes. Goes, fuck's sake, not again!
Right.
I'm going to be honest. I have no fucking idea what's going on, so I'm just going to let you guys talk it out.
Okay. Now,
I have no idea.
There's no harm in trying to charm him, and if that fails, we poke him with sharp things.
I have one other thought. If I concentrate really hard, people sometimes mistake me for other people. I could go up and pretend to be that Benton lad we saw earlier and see if I can have a word with him.
That's true.
Good thought.
Ooh,
Should we just try and hide here then?
yeah. That sounds good to me. Anything that doesn't make me move, I'll just stay still, smoke a fag.
If you're trying to hide, probably best not to have a glowing cigarillo.
I'll stub my cigarette out on the nearest bit of moss I can find.
That's not very nice.
Fortunately for Mossy, this is a very well-kept room. So you've got clean floors. The curtains that line the long sides of the room are all very clean. It's as if this place is used regularly.
Can I go stealth up behind a curtain?
Yeah, sure. Which side of the room do you want to be? Left or right?
Right side, please.
The right side. So, as you walk through the curtain, you get rather a fright.
He's disappeared.
Because as you walk down, you see a lot of copies of the same person just stood there, frozen in space.
Oh.
They're completely inactive. They don't respond to your touch or to you moving past. But you walk in and you see, all the way up to the top of the room behind the curtain, many, many copies.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And they're all dressed exactly the same. It's a white tunic with a red sash, handsome humanoid face. The eyes are closed. There is no breathing. There is no movement. There is no sign of life in any of them.
Is he trying to make an army? Okay, well, I've run behind the curtain to stealth myself up, so I don't know if the rest of the group has seen what I've done and where I've gone.
What, do you want to roll a stealth check now? So just so we can see how stealthy you are being.
Okay, that's just a 16.
16. Yeah, you managed to stealth around perfectly fine. The rest of the group haven't seen. The rest of the group saw you go through the curtain, but they didn't see anything behind the curtain. And you haven't moved in any way that might even risk kind of interacting with these things.
Okay.
Well, I'll head to the other side behind the other curtain, just to spread ourselves out.
Okay, and on the other side of the curtain, you see the same.
Oh.
Ooh, that's...
Can I throw my shoe at one of the things, one of the copies that are stood behind the curtain?
If you want to, if you want to...
Can I consult my group first? Shall I throw
Mortimer
a
is
shoe?
vigorously shaking his head at you while sort of trying to shush you. Pointing in the general direction of what appears to be a sorcerer or wizard at the far end of the room.
Okay, so I'm going to look at Leo. Do I throw a shoe?
He's hiding behind a curtain.
Okay, can I look at Mossy and see if I should throw a shoe?
I'm behind another curtain.
Okay, so I have nobody to look at to see if I should throw a shoe.
I mean, you do have your own agency. You don't have to listen to Mortimer if you don't want to.
But I don't like the responsibility of when things go wrong falling on my head.
How about, instead of throwing a shoe, scurry behind a curtain?
Okay, I'll scurry behind the curtain, smoking a fag as I go.
Next to Leo or Mossy?
Leo's less flammable, so I'm going to go less. Yeah, I'm going to go next to Leo. Yeah, go next to Leo.
Okay, so it's just kind of Mortimer just stood in the middle of the room.
Actually, I'm rather moist, so I'm very unflammable.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you were moist. Just keep thinking you're made out of plants.
No, I'm more made out of water.
So Mortimer now stood on his own, sort of seems to stand up a little bit straighter, and sort of you see him frown in concentration, and he's sort of very quietly muttering to himself, trying to sort of like practice the voice of the guard they saw earlier, the guy Benton, who was turned into a statue. And as he repeats sort of whatever he heard from that guy again and again and again, you see his face start to blur and change, and he now, casting disguise self on himself, looks exactly like Benton. And
Excellent.
With that, he moves up to about 15, 20 feet behind the sorcerer, or behind the guy anyway, and sort of coughs and goes, excuse me, boss, sir?
And he turns around, and yes, it's Saidro Goodson. Benton, my good man, who released you from the statue?
I don't rightly know, sir. I just sort of was there, but with sort of the key and everything. Mr. Goodson, sir, are you aware that there are people trying to break in?
What? No. Oh, okay. And he over his shoulder, you see that the golden phylactery is there. That's what he's been working on. And he turns over to the desk and he kind of picks up his spell book and he's kind of flicking through. And he's like, okay. Hold on. We can sort this out. And he looks over to the curtains and he kind of flicks his fingers and all the curtains drop.
Oh, no.
And he goes, "Who are they?
Oh my God, they've got in, sir! Quick, hide behind me!"
Did you lead them here? And he kind of scrambles back up a little bit onto the altar. So, "Who are you? What are you doing here? How did you find this place?" He's kind of casting that to you three, assuming that he can't see through Mortimer's disguise.
Well, I was out looking for some nice flowers, and I somehow ended up in here. There's not much growing here. Where's your nursery section?
What are you talking about, man? Roll a deception check for me to see.
Wow, I'm actually proficient in this. 16.
16. He's like, you shouldn't have been able to get it. How lost are you? How lost do you manage to get to find it? This statue, the trapdoor. Did you release Benton here? He's been keeping this place guarded for years.
No, there was a hole in the wall.
A hole in the wall?
Oh yeah, I was out in the garden and I saw a hole and I thought, I wonder what interesting plants are growing in here.
Oh my God! What on earth is going on above ground?
I'm not sure. I was too busy looking at the plants.
And he turns over to Scarlet and Leon. And you two, I suppose you're looking for flowers, are you?
I'm going to say yes.
We're a part.
And he's going to roll insight on that. Yes,
we're a part of a horticultural society.
He gets a 16 on that.
I'm clearly a gardener wearing heels. I'm a gardener.
And he notices you for a second. And goes, "Ooh, hello, darling. Come here.
Hello."
And he beckons you over. Do you go towards him?
Yes.
And he kind of pops down from the altar and he looks at you. Oh my! It's been quite a long time since I've seen a lady. Ooh. And he's regarding you, possibly like a dirty old man kind of regards you. He's like,
"I'm used to that. That's fine. Hello."
Is it hourly or by the evening?
Depends on the money, sir.
Well, as you can see from even just this part of my palace, I have quite the money.
Well, clearly not if you let mossy people walk into your chambers. So depends.
Just wait a minute, and I'll deal with him. And he kind of flicks open his book again and kind of mumbles something and clicks his fingers. And the version of him next to you, Mossy, grabs your arm.
Ooh.
And holds you in place. So I will need you to roll an opposed strength check.
So is this a grapple?
Yes.
All right.
Effectively.
I will use acrobatics to try and.
Okay, then I'll need to see what his acrobatics are.
Well, you use your athletics or acrobatics to grapple me, and then I use either to defend.
Right. Okay. I am using my acrobatics. And I get a 20, 19 plus 1.
Oh, well, I get a 20.
Oh!
18 plus 2.
Can I just throw something in here? I've got
a shoe?
Charm person.
Yeah, you can try and charm him if you want.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just do that. I'm just gonna try and charm him. I'm so used to this, so
that is a wisdom save, I believe.
Ooh, hang on. This guy sounds pretty special. I don't know if he's going to have a high wisdom.
Right, so it's a wisdom save of 12. Right, okay. And he gets a 21.
Oh, shit.
So, as you kind of sort of fluttering your eyelashes and just kind of like talking nicely to him, he literally ignores you. He's more interested in what the the copy of himself is doing with Mossy.
While this is happening, has he got the phylactery, or is it on the table in front of him, or is it in his eye line?
So it's on the table behind him.
Sort of still gesturing with his sword at the other two at the far end of the room. Mortimer's going to attempt to sort of move behind him and within arm's reach of the phylactery while trying not to look like he's moving towards it.
Right, okay. Give me a stealth check with advantage because you're disguised. I guess stealth will be the closest one at the minute.
Stealth is +4. And that is 21.
21, yeah. So he's more focused on what's happening between Mossy and the copy. He hasn't done anything with the one next to Leo yet.
So Mortimer's going to grab the phylactery and cast invisibility on himself.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I don't think he has any comeback for that, because sleight of hand wouldn't really matter because you're just grabbing it, aren't you?
Yep. Mortimer turns invisible and immediately starts trying to move quietly but swiftly towards the door without making any noise and hopefully not being seen.
Right. Okay. So, Saidro kind of looks aside and notices that the phylactery and Benton are gone. He's like, what? And he's kind of looking around, and he is going to roll a perception check to see if he can see you in any way, shape, or form. Is there anything that I roll it above to get that? Because I haven't dealt with invisibility before.
Disadvantage, I think it is.
Perception with disadvantage, is it?
Because stealth is an advantage, isn't it, if you're invisible?
It is. We could argue it's a stealth check for me to try and sneak away without being seen. Which
right.
I would either have advantage or you would have disadvantage on perception. Not quite sure how that works.
Right, okay. Right. Well, seeing as you rolled it quite high on the stealth check, we'll carry that over for this. Seeing as we'll say this is one movement, including the cast invisibility.
I'm just going to throw something else in there. I've got see invisibility, so can I see him doing what he's doing?
You would have to cast that.
Right, okay, so Saidro doesn't notice your invisibleness moving. He only rolled a 9 on his perception.
Okay.
So, right, okay, so he's like, Benton, what? No, shit, the phylactery! What the fuck is going on? And he kind of mumbles again, and the copy next to Leo makes a swing to try and grab him. So Leo, I want you to roll a dexterity check.
Dexterity. That is an 18.
18. So you manage to duck just in time so the thing doesn't grab you. It doesn't look like it can move forward. It just tries to literally just grab you in a bear hug. But you drop to the ground and out of the way of it. And we'll see you scrabble kind of 5 foot away, so you're back in the middle of the room. So we've got Scarlet still in front of Saidro. Saidro's starting to panic. We've got Mortimer somewhere. No one really knows where apart from himself. and we've got Mossy, who is currently in the midst of trying not to be grappled by another copy of Saidro. So let's get back to this. So we have Leo kind of now in the center of the room, in view of Saidro, and we have Mossy trying desperately not to be caught in a grapple. So we're going to do another opposed athletics check, Mossy, because it's going to try and grapple you again.
Okay.
So
this doesn't sound good.
I am using. Can I
help out by trying to shoot at the copy that's trying to grab Mossy?
You can, yes. So, take a shot with your arrow.
Okay. Is there a possibility that I could hit Mossy if I do this?
Only if you roll a natural 1.
Okay. So, just rolling a d20.
Yeah.
I see him aiming, so I close my eyes.
17.
17. You hit it. And nice. It shatters into clay.
Ooh.
Okay.
And Mossy's just kind of stood there going, what happened?
What happened?
There you go.
I had my eyes.
As if on cue.
I had my eyes closed.
and Saidro yells down from the back, how dare you? How dare you? And he's going to actually take a shot with his crossbow, and we are going to enter combat now. So if you all want to roll for initiative again.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this.
Oh, I hear the Crystal Maze music in my head now.
Oh, I got 18 plus initiative, you say? So I got
Yeah.
21.
21, so that's probably you near the top.
16 for me.
22 for Mortimer.
Oh, so no, Mortimer's at the top.
Ooh. And
And
18 for Marcy.
okay. Okay, so Saidro is still going to get his shot off on Leo with a hand crossbow. Yeah, it's a range of 80 feet. That'll go. And he gets a 13.
Ooh, that matches my AC.
That matches your AC, so that hits you. So that is 1d8 plus 1. So he catches you in the shoulder for 6 damage.
Ouch.
So he's like, "How dare you? Do you know how long it takes to make a homunculus?" And he raises his hands up, and on the bottom of the turn order, you get 4 homunculi appear.
Uh-oh.
And I say by appear, it's basically it animates 4 of the creatures around you. So we are going to basically just use the same token as we were using for Saidro. And yes, these are 4 homunculi. So we'll have one there, one that Leo stood next to, one next to Mossy, and one in the middle of the room.
Oh, they're all little and cute.
Yes, they're all little. That's how I'm telling the difference between them and Saidro, because I'm using the same token for them all. Because I'm efficient like that. Right, Mortimer, it is your turn. You're still stood next, even though you're invisible, you're still stood next to Scarlet right now, and you're kind of pretty much directly in front of Saidro.
So Mortimer is going to basically leg it. He's going to attempt to move, taking a dash action to move 60 feet, pretty much get him right back to the doorway.
That would actually get him to the doorway, yeah. Okay.
Is the door open?
Yeah, the door's still open, yeah.
The door is still open.
Okay, so that uses up Mortimer's turn. Unless he's got any bonus actions he can use.
Nah, nothing wants to use just now.
Okay, so Scarlet, you are up.
I'm a little bit stuck here, guys, gotta be honest.
Well, you might want to consider moving further away towards the door. Regardless of what's going on, it seems the plan appears to be somewhere along the lines of
Leg it.
tease it.
So there's no point in trying to charm this guy.
You can still try to charm him if you want to.
He was pretty. I'm not gonna blow my own trumpet, but he was pretty into me. So do I try that way? Do I just leg it?
I mean, if you want to try and use charm person, I'll let you do it with advantage, because yes, he is quite into you, being a man who's quite obviously been down here for a long time and has a notoriety for enjoying company of women. But clearly, as he said, he's not seen a woman for a long time. So you would have advantage if you wanted to try that. Or rather, I would roll a disadvantage.
What do you think? I'll give you that nod that they do in Return of the Jedi when they're like,
Okay.
what do you think I should do?
Go for it.
Alright. Yeah, I'll try and charm him.
Okay,
I'll try.
So I need to roll wisdom at disadvantage.
I'm guessing his wisdom is high. He seems like a pretty decent guy.
I don't know, he spent a lot of time down here.
Okay, so that's that. So he rolled an 18 and a 7, so he got a 7, so he is charmed by you.
Oh, fantastic.
And he,
This is where I excel.
Fail saving throws charmed to spell. So the charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. When the spell ends, the creature knows that it was charmed by you. So Saidro looks down at you. Scarlet, my dear, it's so lovely to see you again. I'll be with you a minute. I just need to kill these fuckers.
The thing is, I've just bought this dress. I don't want to get anything on it.
It's a lovely dress. Very, very.
It is beautiful. Thank you. So it would be really lovely if you didn't kill them immediately. Leave that till later. And I can keep my dress nice and pretty for you without bloodstains and bits and shit in it.
That's... You do make a good point, darling. And he kind of sits down. He kind of waves his hand a little, and the homunculi that have been animated, they kind of freeze in motion as they're kind of heading towards the others a bit. And he sits. He says, "Are you sure I just can't kill them a little bit? They have invaded my space."
Not even a little bit. Just for a little while.
Okay, just for
Humour
you.
me.
Just for
Humour
you.
me.
How
Just for me.
Okay, and he will move. He will move like a little bit further forward to kind of regard these. Why are you here? What do you want? No, he's talking to Leo and Mossy. Why are you here? What do you want from me?
Well, as I said, I was looking for begonias.
And at this point, he doesn't believe a word you're saying. He wants the truth.
He wants the truth. Well, the truth is, cheese it. And I'm going to run with him as we have everything we need.
Okay, so
Don't you dare leave me in here with that man.
So are you taking a dash action, Mossy?
It's not attacking me at the moment, this little man, is it?
No, he's frozen in place as if he's about to grab you.
He's about to grab me. Okay, I will use... just in case he tries to grab me, I'm going to use Misty Step.
Nice.
And that will get me... How far? It's 30 feet to an unoccupied spot.
Okay, well, tell me...
So that way.
Okay, yeah, I'll put you there.
And
next
then I'll
to,
use my normal movement. 6 to get around there.
So that gets you to
Shit.
there.
I'm stuck with this guy.
Then I'll use my action to dash and do a jump over the tripwire.
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll an acrobatics check for that one.
Okay.
If you're dashing while doing it.
Yeah.
Oops.
7.
7. You set off the trap.
Ew. Ouch.
So you will take 1d12 of damage. And that will be... Oh, it's a 2.
Oh.
Sorry, I can't read the font on this particular dice that Sergeant Story sent me. So yeah, so you take 2 damage. And the trap is now sprung, so it will not stop anything.
Am I prone now, or...?
No, it's just crashed on top of your head.
Oh dear.
Oh, bugger. Right, and that will be your turn, Mossy. Leo, you're up.
Well, I have the ability to dash out of the room, but I'm aware that leaves one member of our party stranded in the middle of the room all by themselves, with 4 people to take on, plus one very
Saidro
potentially
himself.
scary person.
Yes.
So I'm going to move closer to the middle of the room, so I'm just slightly out of grabbing range from the one next to me, and I'm going to try and let loose an arrow straight down. I'm within range. Yeah.
So who you aiming to hit?
The main bad dude, in the hope that if I can injure him, that'll hopefully stop the little homunculi he's raising.
Okay, so yeah, roll an attack with your bow and arrow.
Roll an attack with my bow and arrow. That is a 13.
13, that hits him. So roll me some damage.
Some damage. That's a 3.
Oh,
3.
I'm sorry, I tried.
Thanks for the help. Stuck with this pervert forever.
So you fire an arrow and it kind of wings him across the side of the arm. It does a little bit. It gives a little bit of a cut in his bicep, but other than that, it doesn't really affect. Ow! How dare you! Come into my house and attack me!
I've still got.
What kind of grave robbers are you?
Can I still use my bonus action to dash closer to him?
If you want to, yeah.
Yep, I'm going to do that.
How far does that let you dash?
30 feet.
So you can get to there.
as close as I can get.
No, actually, no, you can actually get right next to him.
Okay, because I've got a feeling he's not going to be very good in hand-to-hand combat.
You may or may not be correct.
Damn, you're a long time. That's what I'm banking on anyway.
Okay, and that's me done.
That's you done. Okay, so it is Saidro's turn now. And he before he starts doing anything, he turns back to you, Scar, and goes, do you know these vagabonds? Seem to know you.
No. Clearly, I have nothing to do with them. They are idiots.
I fully believe that. I mean,
Thank you very much.
they are. I know you would never lie to me, darling. And he oh, it's Leo. He is going to use Shocking Grasp now that you're right in front of him.
Oops.
And that is
Dash before
12.
you do the attack. Dash before you do the attack.
that is a 12. Does that hit you?
That does not hit me. My AC is 13.
So he reaches forward like electricity, like frittering out of his hand, tries to grab you, and he kind of like catches the edge, and you can feel kind of that your hair kind of stand on end a little bit, but he doesn't do anything. He doesn't connect with you. And he kind of growls a little bit at you.
Yeah.
And he is going to use as his bonus action. He is going to use Expeditious Retreat.
Ooh.
And he is going to dash after the two that have left so far.
That means that Leo will get a attack of opportunity.
Attack of opportunity, yes.
I have a question to ask.
Yes.
In my backpack, I have 1,000 small ball bearings. Can I casually throw these onto the floor as he's trying to push past me, so we get a Scooby-Doo kind of scrabbling his feet around while he tries to escape but ends up falling flat on his face?
You know what? Whether it's allowed in the rules or not, I don't care. I'm going with the rule of cool. Go for it.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, so how are we going to arrange this one? This is probably going to have to be like a dexterity check for Saidro as he dashes, isn't it? Yeah, okay, what's his dex there? Okay, so we'll say it is acrobatics. He's got the most in that one. That's kind of to try to keep himself upright. Mm-hmm. He gets a 17, so you kind of throw the ball bearings out, and he scrabbles on there. And what I'll say is, because it's kind of like, we'll count that as kind of almost like rough terrain, so it kind of halves the movement, so he gets 30 feet. It doesn't manage to get any closer to where Mortimer is. The homunculi are up now. And I need to get their stat block up because I'm so disorganized. I forgot to read their stat block. Right, so their speed is only 20 feet. So, 5, 10, 15, 20. So this one's going to make its move towards Leo. This one is going to move towards Saidro. The other one is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. It's going to move next to Mortimer. What's their perception like? I don't think passive perception is 14. So I don't think he'll detect you. No, I'm gonna say he's not going to detect you. And this one, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, so that is now back to the top of the turn order. We're now with Mortimer.
So, Mortimer, looking back into the room, decides he's probably got to help out or lose most of his crew. So he's going to move back to the corner here. Can he do that without taking an attack of opportunities? He's still invisible.
He's still invisible, yeah. So he can move back to the corner in the corridor.
Cool. He's then going to look hard at Saidro, and he's going to pick a spot on the floor right in the middle here, so that a 10-foot sphere would encompass all three of those homunculi. And Saidro, he pulls his lucky pennyworth from his pocket, and he focuses on one stone in the corner, and he plays a horrifically piercing note. It's just discordant and horrible, and it keeps rising and rising and rising. And if you watch, one of those stones starts to vibrate and shake, and eventually it just explodes as he casts Shatter. So that's going to be a saving throw. It's, let me just check it. I'm not entirely sure. Excuse me 1 second.
Yeah.
So that is a Constitution saving throw at DC 14 for all 3 homunculi and Saidro. And I need to find 3d8.
Okay, so I'm going to... So, Saidro first. He gets a 15.
He passes.
And the homunculi... what was that con? +1. So there's 3 of them there. D20, there it is. 4, 6, and 8.
Well, they all fail. So the homunculi all take 14 damage.
So the all three of the homunculi, they just shatter on the spot. They just shatter into clay.
And Saidro takes 7 points of damage.
Okay. So Saidro takes 7 damage. Okay, so the shatter, the explosion, Saidro kind of like, it almost in slow motion looks to the side and sees like 3 copies of himself just vanish from this world, and he just takes like rocks and detritus to the face, and he's what the no! How dare you! Don't! And it is now
with that.
Yes?
Mortimer will yell, "Come on, we're leaving!" And he will carry on with the rest of whatever is left of his movement and try and get down the corridor and away from everybody else.
10, 15, 20. What's his movement? 30?
Yeah, 30.
30. So you are... and yeah, Mossy was further because Mossy was caught under the... Oh, for fuck's sake. Great, I've managed to get 2 tokens on top of each other. Yeah. Yeah, Mossy was caught under the trap, so you move just behind where Mossy is. Okay, Scarlet, your turn.
So, that chap is far too far away from me now to do anything to him, and I don't really want to bother him. He's kind of my friend. Let's have a look.
There's the homunculi in the middle of the room.
Yes, I was going to say. How far away is he from me?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet away from you.
30 feet. Whose go is up after me?
After you is Mossy.
Oh, no, Mossy's too far. Can I hit him with a firebolt, please?
Yes, you can. Roll to attack, I believe.
Oh, shit, I hit the 4.
4. No, you missed that one.
Plus
Firebolt,
2 is a 6.
Yeah, Firebolt just kind of screeches past him and just hits the ground with a dull...
Bollocks.
So are you going to take any movement or anything?
I don't really want to get closer to him. He looks a bit scary. I'm going to stay where I am. Just let the other guys finish him off.
Fair enough. Mossy, it is your turn now.
Well, the important people are heading out. I sort of look behind and I see Mortimer.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
He does. I dropped
do.
Invisibility in order to cast Shatter.
Yes,
okay.
I do see him. My perception is improving. And I'll go, where are they?
Mortimer shrugs. I said, let's leave.
See, well, that means we've got part of the rod.
You remember that I was nice to you.
I do remember that I was nice to you. Who said that?
you.
I also remember that you're friends with him now.
Only as long as the spell lasts.
It's all an illusion.
Alright, okay. I cast Mirror Image on myself, and 3 duplicates of myself appear around me.
Okay.
And I then use a bonus action to cast Shillelagh and imbue my staff with magical knotwork.
Ooh. So there are now 4 Mossies running through this corridor.
Yeah, and I'm going to head back towards the room. She was nice.
Okay.
Thank you. I
10,
was nice
15,
to you.
20,
I didn't let you know
25.
it, but you knew it.
30. So, yeah, 30 gets you closer.
Yeah. And so, obviously, I can't be surrounded here because I'm just in the entrance, but there's 4 of me.
Hey. Okay, Leo, you are up now.
Okay. If I try and move up, will the homunculus get an attack if I go past him?
You could skirt round him as long as you don't go within 5 feet.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could kind of move over here and then down to here.
I wanted to move into stabbing range.
10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, so you could, because you've got 30 feet of movement, right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, so if we see you move 5, 10, 15, 20, we'll say that's about 30 feet, because if you basically run through the other homunculi,
Yeah.
the inactive ones, and you get close enough to stab him.
Yes, and I am going to try and do an attack with my rapier.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
15 plus 4 is 19.
19, that definitely hits.
Roll some damage this time.
Yeah, give me some good damage.
4.
4. You're getting better at hitting, just not hitting hard.
Yeah.
So you hit him for 4 damage. You basically just kind of like stab him, and you don't hit anything major in him. You just kind of like it is a flesh wound. He kind of turns and he goes, "Oh, I'm going to fuck you up."
Can I disengage?
You can.
Yeah. And
You've got no movement to go anywhere, though.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Bugger.
You could crouch and try and hide.
Disguise myself as a floor tile. I'm just going to have to stand here then, aren't I?
So you ain't seen me.
Oh, no!
Right. So he is going to cast. No, it's too close range to use that one. He is simply going to try and use Shocking Grasp on you again, seeing as you are within touching distance. He does have lots of spells, but I've given him lots of ranged spells. And that is 15 this time.
Yeah, that hits.
That hits, and that is 2d8 damage. That is 7 magic damage to you.
Okay.
Magic or electric damage? Yeah, what it is. Yeah, so he just grabs you, and like blue lightning kind of runs up his arm into your chest. And you just feel it, and you kind of like tense up and like you struggle to move for a moment. You take 7 points of damage.
Ouch, I'm down to 2 hit points.
Oh no! Sorry. Shouldn't have let that out.
And he is going to then try and head back down to where Mossy is, which would give you an attack of opportunity, I believe.
Yep.
Yes, please.
So he's going to move towards Mossy. And do you want to roll your attack of opportunity?
Which one's that from, sorry?
Just a normal attack.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just normal attack.
With what? My rapier again?
Yeah, you're right.
Whatever you choose, but yeah, rapier is probably the best idea.
That's 20.
Oh yeah, that hits. Is it natural 20 or just 20?
It's just 20.
Okay, yeah. So
3 damage.
Another 3 damage.
Just a tickle.
It is just I mean, to be fair, it's 1d4. No, that's your dagger. Rapier, 1d8 plus 2. Yeah, you are rolling low on these ones.
Hang on, I rolled the wrong thing. I rolled a d6.
Yeah, so your rapier is 1d8 plus 2.
Okay, should I roll that again?
Yes.
Oh. That's an 8 plus 2. That's 10.
There we go. So that's another 7. Was that another 7 damage? You said it was 3 damage. So there was an extra 7 damage.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, so as Saidro kind of runs away from you, you get a thwip across his back, and you kind of like cut off his sash, and there's a huge gash open in his back. And as his turn ends, 2 more homunculi appear.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
So, 1 back there,
Bollocks.
and 1 up here. And what you're slowly realizing is that there is the potential for every single one of these to be animated at any point.
Right.
So, Mortimer, you are now up.
So Mortimer is going to mutter to himself, What part of fucking leaving do these people not understand? Oh, fucking children. So he's going to move back where he can peek around the corner.
Yep, so that's 10 feet.
He is going to yell, I said, we are leaving. And he's going to point at Saidro Goodson, and he is going to start to mutter, and nobody else hears anything, but Saidro hears this horrible, discordant melody in his head, this sort of this sibilant whispering that just seems to eat away at his brain, and he's going to need to take a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh dear, oh dear. What are you casting on him right now?
I'm casting Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh.
So noise
He gets a 12.
He fails and takes 10 damage. Psychic.
And he tries to run away now, doesn't he?
And he will now try and take his movement to run as far away from me as he can.
Now,
That's feet.
Oh,
Is he-
back towards
is
me.
he close enough for me to get an attack of opportunity if he runs away?
30. Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one. You can do an attack of opportunity on him. We'll see he was within range of one of the copies of you.
All right, okay. I get to use my shillelagh. 21,
Yeah, that hits.
and that does 9 damage.
Jesus, big hits. So as he runs back again, he just again on his back on the wound after the wound that Leo had left at his back. He's crack him across the back with his magic shillelagh, and he's like spits blood out, and he kind of runs a bit further forward. He's starting to stagger. He's looking really, really injured right now. And he shouts at the monkey like, "Please save me! Stop them!" And he like begs up at you, Scarlet. "Please help me! Get rid of them!" And it is now Leo. No, it's Scarlet's turn. Sorry.
Christ. So I'm watching all this go on. I'm kind of out the way of everything.
Have you got any ranged damage spells you can throw at
The
the
only
guy?
thing I've got,
Do you have any good second level spells?
how do I know?
What spells do you have?
You've got invisibility, see invisibility, and
spells.
suggestion.
Yeah. I have all stuff that I can use, basically whispering into one's ear. I don't have anything that I can use at distance, apart from Firebolt or Control Flames.
Yeah, Firebolt's probably your best option of that slot.
Yeah, he's looking pretty beat up. See if you can get the firebolt again.
Okay. Yeah, I'll use another Firebolt, please, if possible.
Yep. Okay. So roll to attack.
Fuck, it's a 3. Jesus Christ.
It's a 3. So you
Yeah, so it's a 5. It's a 5 altogether.
You throw out a firebolt which kind of misses him, but it breaks the charm person spell, and he looks at you and goes, "Oh God, you're one of them, aren't you? You were never my friend." And he shouts for another homunculus to move towards you.
Jesus
and
Christ.
one appears to your left,
No, don't say to my
or
left.
to your right rather. If you're
Don't
facing
say
back.
to my right. Could it? Jesus Christ.
Do you want to move, or are you fine staying where you are?
No, I'm not fine staying where I am. Let's have a look. How far can I move? I can only move 30 feet. Where does that take me? Probably right where all the other
5,
fuckers
10,
are.
15, 20, 25, 30. So basically, it's about to where the middle chandelier is in the room.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And bear in mind, you have one homunculus there.
And a whole load of ball bearings all over the floor.
A whole load of ball bearings on the floor. You've got a homunculus close to you. You've got Saidro there. There is a homunculus in the middle.
Can I move 30, well, however far to the, as I'm looking at where I am,
Yeah.
to the right. So away from the homunculus on my left.
Yes, you move basically
But
hug the
also,
wall.
yeah, but also away from the guy on, which will now be on my left, away from Saidro.
Yeah, okay. So you would move basically over there to hugging the wall.
Yeah, keep me away from the other guy.
Okay.
He's a bit scary and rapey looking. I don't want to be at him.
Right, okay, Mossy, you are up.
I'm up. Alright,
You're up.
How far away is he? Oh, 30 feet. I can get up to him. Alright then. I'll slippy slide my way in with my wet feet.
Squelch right the way up to him.
And I will hit him with my big stick.
Go on, you hit that man with the big stick.
I love a big stick.
I would say that's what she said, but that's literally the case.
Yeah, that is literally what I said.
And I think my wet fingers made my staff slip a bit because I got a 7.
Oh dear.
And we know who's the Calbo of the group is. So you swing wide as Saidro is kind of like struggling to stay upright, and he just over the top, it flies over the top of his head.
And I'll say to Leo, "Come on, got some more fight left in you," and I'll throw a wet blob of moss at him, and it'll slap into him. And he receives. Ooh. Won't show up. What's that? 7 points of healing.
Thank you.
Right, and Leo, it is now your turn.
Okay, so because you're within 5 feet of someone else, I can use my sneak attack, can't I?
Yeah. So
Yes.
So when you attack, you add, if you hit, the sneak attack damage as well.
Ah, okay. So I'm going to. I think I might dash closer because my rapier deals more damage than my short bow does. So I'm going to move up next to Mossy.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack with my rapier.
Okay, so yeah, so you do your sneak attack, so roll to hit.
10.
No, that doesn't hit.
Oh.
What is it with you and hitting?
Do you have your dagger in your offhand?
I do.
You can attempt to stab him with your offhand as well.
I'll give that a go then. 12.
12, that hits. That hits.
Oh, okay.
Hey!
So it's just the dice with no modifier for the damage.
Okay. That is 5. 5 damage.
5. Okay. So what does that look like? You basically kind of slide around him and just like stab. You swing with the rapier, that misses, and you just kind of then, as you move away from you, jab him between the ribs with the dagger.
Yeah, I keep my dagger at my hip. So as I miss with the rapier, I'm gonna grab with my other hand and fling back and take a slash across with my other hand.
Yeah. So he is looking incredibly injured right now. He's very aware that if he moves now, that he has the risk of an attack of opportunity on him. So he is basically weighing up his options, and he's like, he's all like, who are you working for? Tell me. At least give me that before you kill me.
No. Actually, oh wait, the Spanish Inquisition.
I didn't expect that. Okay, he is going to, in kind of one last kind of fated attempt to try and keep himself alive for a bit longer, he's going to cast Mage Armor on himself. And then he will try to Expeditious Retreat again. Which would... Just double check with Expeditious Retreat.
Gives him extra movement or something, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bonus action each of your turns as the spell ends, you can take the dash action. So he's going to take the dash action as his bonus. And he's going to try and dash well out of the way.
And I will try and whack him as he runs away.
Yep, give him a shot.
Let's see, Shillelagh. 25 to hit.
Wow.
Oh, even with the mage armor, that definitely fucking
That,
hits.
I believe, is a critical.
Oh, roll me some damage.
So, let's see. Come on. 4 plus 5.
9. So as he casts the mage armor on himself, and you see this kind of vision of blurred armor around him, and as he starts to run away, you just fuck this, and you just kind of whack him over the back of the head, and he goes down like a sack of spuds, and he's kind of crawling forward, and he goes, "It's just whoever sent you, is it worth it? and he just collapses down, dead. And the homunculi that are around the room, they just stop and you see them all just kind of turn into faceless clay, like the approximations of a human, but no detail or anything like that.
Yes, it is.
And we are out.
Very much worth it.
And we are out of initiative.
Yay! Well done, everybody.
Mortimer strolls back into the room. So, have you quite finished mucking about? We've got all the stuff. Can we now leave?
I want to check his pockets first.
Fine.
So, roll me an investigation check then.
Oh, good. Dirty 20.
So in his pockets, you root around. You find some palace keys, just normal keys, not non-magical keys. You also find a piece of paper with scratched on writing saying "They're coming for me. They're coming for me."
Mm.
And and drawn roughly on the side of it is a circle with 3 triangles in it, which you all recognise as the symbol of your employer, the triumvirate.
Accurate.
PlayStation. The plot thickens.
Yes, Jim Ryan's on the case.
So
While Moss is doing that, Mortimer's going to stroll up to the sort of workspace at the far end of the thing and start taking a look around, see if he can find anything.
You find... actually, roll me an investigation check.
That's 12, so 16.
16. So you find another kind of collection of papers, guides and spells on how to trap one's soul in a phylactery, with lots of them kind of attempts like crossed out of it as if he's been trying for ages and ages to do it. If you glance at the phylactery, you'll notice that there is no energy in it. Like he hadn't been successful in trapping his own soul in it. You also find a diary, and as you just kind of like gradually flip through it, you find out that Saidro's been being chased by the triumvirate for a very long time. He was paranoid about them wanting his collection, and you find out that he has been down here for about 10 years, and every personal appearance that has been upstairs in the outside world has been a homunculus of him. He hasn't left this little dungeon for a long time, which is why there's only one entrance in and out of it. He has been hidden under his palace for a very long time because he knew that someday the triumvirate would keep trying to get him. And there have been many assassination attempts.
Mortimer figures his employer will be interested in this, so he pockets the paperwork in the diary. And just paperwork. Seems like the reason thought he was dead is one of these homunculus. I think we have everything we came for, don't we? Got the 3 parts of the staff, the ring. We got this phylactery.
Your quick double check. I'll just squeeze the water out of the moss into my eyes, and I'll cast Detect Magic normally and have a quick shufty.
There's nothing magical left in here other than the items that you're carrying.
All right. Well, I managed to deal with the trap on the way out, so we're all right. You're safe to go through there. Yeah, it's all right.
You appear to have a bit of a chandelier-shaped dent on the back of your shoulder there.
I said deal with. I didn't say disable.
Well, thank you for coming back in, and thanks for helping.
Well, I may not see a lot of stuff, but I still listen, and I heard Mortimer say get out, but obviously you didn't. So I had to come back.
That was no fault of my own.
Well, you were all right. He seemed to quite like you. You might have had a good evening.
No.
Didn't you need another husband?
No.
It's all right then.
Scholar, do you want to just roll me an investigation check? 16.
Oh, plus whatever investigation is. Hang on. 18.
18. So as you kind of walk past Saidro's corpse, you just glance over and you notice on his right hand a very shiny diamond and gold signet ring, and you just pop that off.
I'll be having that. Yeah. Engaged, everyone.
Congratulations.
Thank you for noticing. That's amazing.
Let's hope he amended his will in time.
My husband is a corpse. It's fine.
Is that the fastest you've been widowed, or close?
No, not even close.
Good to know.
Right.
So you all kind of collect your things, you kind of dust yourselves down, and you work your way back through the dungeon and climb back out the ladder into the entrance hall of the palace. And you see that Dane Ashglade is still kind of around, like kind of shouting at people, and he sees you all climb out, and he comes back over and he goes, well, what happened?
Well, we found...
I got engaged!
And he looks at you, Scarlet, and he's like, what happened?
We dealt with it.
I wouldn't
the things.
pay much attention to her boss. So we found Saidro down there. He was very much still alive.
What? We found his charred corpse out here.
And with that, Mortimer takes out the paperwork and the diary and hands it across. Appears that was some form of magical copy, and all the details appear to be in here. He seems to have been doing this for quite a while. He was down there playing with this phylactery thing. Anyway, we found all the items you were looking for, sir, and here's your paperwork to go with it. There you go.
Excellent. You well done, Mortimer. You are quite efficient at what you do. What's wrong with the mossy one? What happened to him?
A chandelier, I think, sir.
It's all right. It'll buff out.
I'm sure it will. As he's talking to you, actually, for the first time, you get a good look, and you actually notice that he has new scarring across his face that you hadn't noticed when you first got here. You haven't seen Dane Ashglade around the Triumvirate Palace for quite a while. So he's completely scarred across his cheek, and takes the diary off you, Mortimer, and he flicks through. My, this is impressive work. This is impressive work. And he snaps it shut and goes, right, thank you for this. And he takes the phylactery from you, and he says, the other items, hand them over to one of the commanders. This is what I wanted. And he smiles at you and goes, you've done a good job today, all of you, even you, Scarlet.
Thank you, sir. Did you want me to have a look at your face for you while you're here?
No. It was a thing, magical weapon. Wasn't expecting it. I've tried having it sorted.
Okay then.
I'm not hurt. It's just scarred. Don't worry. I'll get that Goliath back one of these days. And he kind of like swishes his cloak, and he kind of walks off with purpose. And you see as he walks out, he kind of lifts the phylactery, and can't really tell for sure, but you think he's probably smiling. And so ends our little adventure into Saidro Goodson's palace.
Yay. Well done, everybody.
Yay.
So I hope we all had fun. Thank you so much for giving your time to do this, and hope you've enjoyed a podcasting experience and playing D&D.
It's been amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I've never played before. So much fun.
And would you play again?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, all that remains to be said is to thank you also. Thank you, Smashius. Thank you, Mordain. Thank you, SuperNattyCat, and thank you, Robotic Monkey.
Thank you kindly for having us along.
Aww,
Thank you, Gadget.
Thank you very much, Gadget. It's
a
been
good
great.
dungeon master there.
You've been listening to SmashiusClay as Mortimer Tillery, Robotic Monkey as Leo Lumen Bailey, Mordain as Mossy Lagoon, SuperNattyCat as Lady Scarlet Softballs III, and myself, Gadget, as your DM. We hope you enjoyed this little special dive version. We had a blast planning it and recording it. Let us know what you thought over on Twitter at Scorched, or head over to the Modern Escapism Discord and drop your thoughts. The links are all in the show notes below. Do Dragon's Dream of Scorched Sheep Season 2 kicks off next week, on Wednesday the 26th for patrons and Friday the 28th of January for everybody else. If you want early access, ad-free, head over to patreon.com/Modern Escapism and join the Scorched Sheep tier for £5 a month. Mortimer, Scarlet, Mossy and Leo will return in another special one-shot later this year. For now though, thank you for listening, and good night.